present in the house to place a call. She even had to run out in order to be discovered by somebody. Where were the servants in the house? Where were the servants in the house? Joshua wanted to know as well. There was currently a fire raging within his heart that could not be quenched. 2 days ago. This meant that she began to suffer from the high fever after he had forced himself on her. It had been 2 days since then, so how had she tortured herself into this state? Joshua stood up with a whoosh and returned to the hospital room. He then sat in front of her bed and quietly gazed at her. Rachel's fever was quickly receding. The moment he noticed that she was about to awaken, he suddenly felt slightly panicky and did not know how he should face her. Joshua told Santiago to stay and look after her. Then he drove back home by himself. After switching off the car's engine, he opened the villa's front door and walked inside. Several people were still chatting in the living room. He walked so slightly that nobody noticed his presence. He had originally planned to go upstairs, but their conversation started drilling into his ear, causing him to momentarily stop walking. "Sister Brittany, Miss Rachel is missing. Should we tell Sir about this matter?" Brittany humped coldly. "What are you saying? She must clearly be in the hospital now. Just wait and see. Once her fever has subsides and her illness is treated, she will come back here crestfallen." "But sister, will she get even with us?" Brittany retorted. "Get even? How would she even do that? What manner of living thing is she that she can force me to pour water for her? On what grounds does she have to force me to cook for her? The water is in her room, so whether she drinks or not is up to her. We have already prepared a meal for her. What, does she still need me to bring the food to her mouth?" Joshua stood there and he stared coldly at the 4 women in the room. His anger suddenly emerged out of nowhere. Is this how she had been treated on the days he hadn't been around? He suddenly recalled a night when she had tossed and turned in bed. She had obviously been starving, yet she hadn't dared to admit it and even claimed that she was on a diet. She was already so thin. Why would she need to be on a diet? As he thought about it now, it must have been these people who had slighted her and never left any food for her. They had been working for the Taylor family for so many years. How dare they? The conversation of the few women in the living room was still ongoing. "Sister Brittany, are you sure it is appropriate for us to treat her in this